Hi everyone, and welcome to the mini OCS. It's a fun game. I don't want to give it too much of an intro, really. Essentially, the premise of this game was we just got the custom URL. So we just, when I say we, I really mean I decided I wanted to have a custom game and have just kind of display the stuff that we've got going, the kind of stuff I've been putting together for if we do a tournament, and as you can see, kind of shoddy at the moment. Hopefully will be improved champion select thing. It does have, because these teams aren't actual teams, they are random people thrown together. Some people from the mini LCS tournaments, but quite a few not. But we do have things like, for example, say the red team was Jason's. Say the blue team was the Lee Syndrome kind of thing. So that's the kind of idea of what I wanted to get across with that. But let's get into the game first. I think that's probably something we should think about here. You have a look at the blue side. Blue side does have. I'm going to talk about people that were in the initial tournament. This team actually has 60% of TKR members. Funnily enough, they have Nova Shikai, the captain, Tokyo Fox, the juggler, and Mattel, who was the sub, but he was supposed to be mid as well. And then they also have two randoms in this Charlie Wall guy, who was the first pick, and it's QB who's lost. We have a look over on the purple side. They have three dudes, one girl and two dudes technically, because one of those people is my watcher. But yeah, they have Francis Dollarhide, who was Tony Ramirez, on their team. They have Quotient, who is the support for the Syndrome, who was on Tony Ramirez's team actually. And then we have Icy Fires, who was the support for In God's Name We Feed. And I'm just going to have a look at the bands now actually, because if we have a look at them, we do see Hecarim, Jinx and Vi coming out of that Charlie Wall. The Vi is really, I don't actually know. Vi is still pretty strong, because she hasn't technically been nerfed, but because of tank junglers becoming prominent, as you can see with the Sejuani ban coming out of TK Wall. I don't really see Vi banned as much anymore. The Hecarim is an understandable ban though, because if you look at his pick, which was Riven, Hecarim versus Riven level 1, Hecarim will win with just pure grass. And the fact that he's just a little bit more tanky and it's more viable to be Crystalline Flask, and then she can just be a lot more damage she does into him and get loads of damage off. I think it's the most important thing you can do. But and then hers is also like skill based. She has to land her Q and get like weave the aura attack in and then Q out or Q back in for more damage, etc. When you look at that, they also looked in the bot lane as well, which was Graves and Thresh. Okay. Graves is one of the most prominent lady carries right now, but I'm surprised you didn't see him pick up someone like I'm sorry about that. Surprised we didn't see him pick up Sivir, because I remember him playing a lot of Sivir in the second tournament. And now we're going to get that full comp actually. People are asking whether this getting streamed or not online. Now we actually get a look at that full comp potentially with this, and all of us does get locked in, but I don't know if it will. It would make sense though, because yeah, there we do. Let's get locked in. It's quite a lot of. He'll be the main tank for their team. Riven's not going to want to go tanky at all, logically. So oh man, these guys need to stop PMing me. Sorry about this. I'll have to be a professional, boys. As I said, this is supposed to be a fun game, so as well. But I haven't even talked about the purple team. And they instant-ult to Uzi, which is cool. Someone repping Kickers here. Nidalee in the mid lane, Quotient taking Malphite top, Lulu and Sivir in the bot lane. That's a really safe lane in the bot, especially if we take into account that they're against Graves and Thresh, the spell shield plus all the shields and the potential to either speed up Siva, who can then dodge the skills that come out from Tokyo Fox on Thresh, or Graves, who's Q, just walk away from the cone. She can just polymorph them, and then they can't do anything for a few seconds, which is it's just as good for her. Then I think we should something we should pay attention to is that Charlie Wall has no TP, and that could work out heavily in his favour, because if he wins the lane, if he could, like, the reason he's taken Ignite is obviously because of Riven's amazing 1v1 potential, and the fact that if he does get a kill, he's gonna scale infinitely. Like, scale infinitely is the wrong way. He's gonna snowball infinitely. He'll just, like, there'll be no point in Ude ganking him anymore if he gets ahead, because he could easily get a double kill if he can outplay, because Riven is just so mobile and, you know, kind of menacing is the wrong word. Annoying is a better word for how she really is in the top lane. She just kind of shields everything with that E, and then deals so much damage, and was like, well, yay. I'm interested to see how the Riven versus Malphite matchup actually works out. Malphite scales better than her and gets a lot more damage, or a lot more damage in the later kind of stages of the game than she does, because her damage is all completely fucking raw. So, and I mean, it's scales with pen and stuff like that, but I don't think her ratios are amazing apart from on her shield, because you always know she can shield like a million things as it comes into like 30 minutes and she's started to build that AD, but they also just stack that pen because it works so well with her. You know, if she gets a cleaver, it will work well with the rest of her team, because of the fact that Graves has so much AoE damage. So if she builds cleaver first, Qs into their, like, EQs into their team, gets like a stun with her W, and gets a couple of auto attacks off in the meantime, they're all going to have that lowered armor for Nova Shikai to just collateral damage them, and it's going to be ripped. Saying all that though, they have a kind of really mobile team on the purple side. Udyr with his bear stance allows him to, he'll be able to use that movement speed to, you know, get away from or get closer to. No explanation needed for Nidalee's mobility, just Cougar form, pounce around all day. Siva's ult is going to be a really good team utility thing for her, because she can speed everyone up to get away or to get in. And then Malphite has the ulti, which isn't really mobility. I'll say that much. It's not like true mobility. Like, he doesn't like gain a movement speed buff from it, although he does gain that movement speed buff from his Q. But you know, he can use that to get over walls that a Thresh can't get over without burning flash, and that's a 5-minute cooldown. Anyway, I'm about to get into the game. And also get to finally see the new client that I have been, well, the new client overlay that I've been working on. I'm just gonna go quickly over to the intermission thing that I did, because while we aren't in game, there is no, like, I haven't done a loading screen thing yet, or just yet anyway. But I'm gonna work on it. Hopefully we can see some good stuff come out of that, but this is all kind of just like stuff that I've only really worked on over the past week or so, and it's like my first time doing this kind of thing in terms of like a somewhat advanced photoshopping and whatnot. Like, I'm by no means good at Photoshop, so and kind of hope that, you know, with this we'll improve, or I will, more so. And I don't know if you guys have been reading the fun facts. Fun facts are they're fun. Although, like, you probably were noticing that the first few are quite like Jason's orientated. It was just because they were the first that came to my mind. I'll mix that up as we actually do get into or if we ever do get into tournament stuff, I'll mix that up. It'll be fine. No, we won't be chasing 24/7. Okay, guys. So sorry about that. That was just like really bad. Like res error. Actually, it wasn't actually a res error at all, if I'm being fair. It was actually my HUD was scaled to the wrong size of the image that I made. And I'll just ignore it. We'll go on to the game now. TK War on that Udyr took a really early dragon. It was nigh 4 minutes, I think. It must have been like 3 minutes and 50 something. We had like 4 people bot down here now. There was also, I think I should talk about, there was a fight up top, which kind of goes off what I was talking about with the Riven wanting to go all in, and when she's all in, she's gonna, she wants to try and just fuck him up, ignite him, win the fight, get him out of lane, and then if he comes back afterwards, then you try and kill him again. And as we have its QB on the Nautilus here coming up, they really want to get this first kill into Quotient. They get that nice CC down, the anchor coming out, and first blood goes over to QB on that Nautilus. And I'm gonna change these around real quick because I just noticed that they are not appropriately aligned. There we go. Okay, carry, and now everything is good. You can see decent CS. You can see that Morg is 5 CS up on Francis Dollarhides in Italy right now, which I'm not surprised about because, there was a roam out of him, and the CS pretty much everywhere else is equal. Mantel's Morgana can just kind of, he just corrupted soils the I say he does to the minions, but then he just does there, trying to get some nice damage off onto the Nidalee, but Nidalee didn't even care. He just jumped on him and was like, it's time. I want to fight, we're gonna fight, that's it. Hook coming out there from Tokyo Fox, and Overshika gets a lot of damage out there with the buckshot, but nothing is really no imminent danger, but there was some preemptive flashes there. I think it was just Icy Fires that flashed, but that's a lot of damage out of that spear. If Mantel does decide to come off of that turret, that could be a free kill. Small trades going in the favour of Quotient there. That was a bit of a poor decision by Riven. He kind of decided, I'm just going to stay here and I'm going to tank all these minions and that's going to go well for me. And as we saw, it really didn't, because now he's about 33% HP and losing lane, which he shouldn't be on the Riven. Optimally on Riven, you don't want to lose lane at all. The spear does land and he does pick up a free kill in that mid lane there. And we have a look at the goal. The goal is actually bang equal. 1-1, which is actually in the favour of the purple team because they didn't get first blood. Charlie Wall goes in big there. I didn't actually think his ult would burst Malphite like that, but I'm kind of proven wrong here. When is the dragon back up? They got it around about like 3 minutes ago, so it's going to be up soon, and maybe that's what their plan is, even though, I mean, this is just supposed to be a fun game, so I don't think they'll come with some like amazing strat, but maybe they had some quick discussion and were like, we're just going to win this because we're going to get 5 dragons really quickly. That sounds like a good plan. Because, I mean, they got it roughly 4 minutes, so it's going to be up again in 9. And, the hook comes out onto Icy Fires there. Flay the wrong way. Could have been a kill. She had no flash. She did have exhaust, but regardless, I think that could have been an easy kill if he flayed the right way. Regardless, Ice Fires is just going to go B here. Doesn't want to get hooked again, even if he does get flayed the wrong way. We can actually see a CS build, like a CS lead starting to build up for Nova Shikai on the Graves over the Sivir. But he hasn't gone to B quite yet. He's sitting on 1.8k, which means he's going to come back with Iron Advantage. He's going to get that BS sword against Sivir's pickaxe, and that's going to, especially because he has so much burst in his in the kind of early levels, and he's just leveling his bug shot, and then collateral damage just has so much damage. Francis Dollarhide looks like he's going to get caught here. He didn't really make any actions to move. He gets altered there by QB, but he ends up getting picked up. TK Wall picks up the Nautilus, but Morgana does get the revenge kill onto the Nidalee. Ooh, it looks like Tokyo Fox is caught here, but no, he's just gonna... It was a bit overzealous of him there to just try to go back in that bush, but you know, he almost paid the price with his life. Luckily, Graves was there and kept him in the straight. Oh, we go with a nice gank into the mid lane from Quotient there. It was a flash bear slap, as a quick shot put it, in the UOL versus Gambit games, but it clearly is a strategy that's working, because, you know, it worked in LCS, it's working here, and Dragon's up in 5, and we do see red team pings coming out for that. Gold is actually really equal right now. Quotient's getting a bit... I mean, I know it is 2v1, but he's taking a lot of damage. Looks like it will. Charlie did try to outplay that there, but it didn't quite work out for him. We did have almost Hook Trinity in the bot lane with its QB and Tokyo Fox, but neither of the hooks really did anything. Spell Shield off of the death sentence for... Ooh, Tokyo Fox getting taken real low with the spears coming out from the Nidalee right there. QB is getting a bit kind of, get away from my people. But, you know, he's not going to listen. He's just going to keep chucking spears. Wait for someone to get super low and then just go in on them on the Cougar form. All the while, though, he has been making all these roams, but... Oh, he goes in there, does land another hook. Oh, Death Sentence comes off after the anchor misses from QB, and another spear. Didn't quite hit the mark that time. Looks like he's getting ready to throw another one. Everyone's just gonna they're gonna respect the spear, because they know if they get hit by it, they're gonna probably regret it. And there we go. He goes in on that. Not gonna pick anything up there, and we do have Tokyo Fox drops the box. Bit off with that Q there, and actually pays with his life because of the fact that he had to stand there to throw that death sentence that didn't work out for him. Ended up losing, you know, his life for it, and the dot coming out there from Tiger stance on TK Wall. Mattel thought he could turn it around there, but it didn't quite work out for him. He is 1-3 right now, though he does have a slight CS lead on the Nidalee, but that's probably due to the fact he's been roaming more so than he's getting out farmed. Dragon has been live for about 2 minutes now, and we haven't really seen anything from Uda to suggest he's going to go for it. I mean, he's kind of rotating around the bot area right now, but he's not doing it for the Dragon right now, he's doing it for that juicy toad and the nice grump buff that comes with it. Although they did nerf it this patch, I'm pretty sure it's still one of the most powerful buffs for tank, or yeah, jungle buffs. It's one of the most powerful jungle buffs for tanks in this current kind of meta, because of the it's extra damage. It's an extra Cinderhulk on top of your Cinderhulk, so it just works out extremely well for everyone with a smite. Which is why I don't actually know if this is what top lane smite TP Shyvanas do, but I could imagine it makes a lot of sense to invade the enemy jungle just to take their Gromp and get that smite buff, because what else are you really going to use your smite on? And the buff is just that useful, and you're going to be in that top side, so, you know, if you're on purple side, it works out, and if you're on blue side, steal some Krugs, I guess. Have it. Oh, that almost was a steal. Someone could have gone in on that, and the damage coming out there from Nidalee. She's got a whole team there to back her up, and Quotient comes out with the unstoppable force. Tokyo Fox goes down and QB follows. the damage is just a little bit too high out of that Nidalee. I want to see how high that damage is when we get into the post-game screen, because she's like, she just lands a spear, goes in, and does immense amounts of damage, which is weird because she hasn't gone for a massive damage item, kind of. Or I guess Morello's is 80 AP, which is quite a lot, but it's not one of the 120 AP items, which I'd have expected her to be doing the damage she's doing with. Charlie going in on that with does pop his ult, but I don't think it was worth it for him. He didn't really get enough damage off, and even he uses his ult there, but he's not ahead right now. And because he's not ahead, and because Malphite has a Warden's Mail, he's in a bit of a weird situation, and that spear half healths the Graves. You just got Nidalee sitting around that bot lane looking for a pick. She just wants to pick off someone, and she's kind of homing in on Novashika there, and she does get him. Tokyo Fox gets a nice hook onto Avery, but it's not going to mean anything, and it looks like he's going to get picked up here too. Siva, the boomerang blade, just picks off Tokyo Fox there, and that's going to be a free turret. Last turret for the purple team, actually. We have a look, the game is definitely now in favour of a team, which it wasn't earlier. They were equal kills at 3 and 3, and team fights have just kind of worked out more for the purple team, and a lot of damage going out onto Madtail. QB does. Oh, if that binding landed, it would have probably netted him a kill, and that Riven shields are going to keep her alive there, and she does get that solo kill onto the Malphite, which will give her some gold to bring her back into this game, because she's in a bit of a bad position right now where she hasn't made any roams, which the Malphite has done with his TP and without his TP. He just walked down to mid lane and ulted on that Morg and got a kill with it. But, with that extra kill, she may be able to, may be able to kind of roam down with the Malphite and be as good a force as him. He just finished off that Randuin's. It's a fast buy on the Malphite. I'm not 100% sure how great Randuin's actually is. I think he has one armor scaling, but I'm not 100% sure. Let me have a look. Oh, it doesn't actually say. Yeah, I'm fairly sure that his W has like an armor scaling. Like when it's active, has an armor scaling, I think. So it's all right to rush Randuin, but and we do have. They go in onto a very new player. Spell Shield wastes the collateral damage there, and he gets away with his ulti. Just runs away, uses that mobility I mentioned in Champ Select, and makes full use of it. Although even though he's 1-0-4 to an 0-1 Graves, and has his item over the Graves, because Graves is staying on the BF sword and the pickaxe. Graves is out farming, and I'm pretty sure that the gold isn't actually that badly in their favour. What is Charlie doing here? He's kind of I think he's DC. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that was a DC. Because he just stood there. He wasn't even auto-attacking. QB getting just jumped on here by the Nidalee, and he has to flash away. Just about survives, but oh. And I wish I could say spear straight to the face, and this is a really bad fight for the blue team. QB gets picked off by Sivir, and then it was pretty much just manslaughter there. They couldn't really do anything. The Lulu there did use Wild Growth onto the Sivir, but I am not 100% sure if it was worth it. I guess it was probably just for the aggressive knock-up kind of deal, and the fact that she was in melee range, but she's strong enough right now to be in melee range with 2 kills there, but at 304, so she was 104 beforehand. Probably wasn't going to die regardless, and look at that damage out of the Nidalee, holy Christ. She is sitting 6-1-4 on what I'm going to call, for this current stage in the game, a pretty ridiculous 275 AP. Her Qs are hitting right now 780 at max range, which is one hell of a lot. And then we take into account the bonus damage she gets when she's in her other forms, Cougar form, and the Sivir ult comes out here. They are going to pick up that Graves. There is no way in hell he was getting away there. That is a 6-0 Udyr right now. Madtail is going to get ripped. Tokyo Fox is going to try and do something here, but it's not going to work out. He banned his Ignite, and he did have the box on him, but he's just going to walk away, and looks like they're going to regress on him for a kill, but TK Wall doesn't have enough mana to bear stance to stun him now. He should have just stuck in that bear stance. I don't know why he went. Oh, a lot of damage coming out there from that spear again, and he's got to run away. QB's getting chased down here by the Sivir, and he does bring out some CC, but no one is around here to capitalize on that. No one would have been able to. Charlie's coming around, but this is a 4v1. That was really bad of him. 7-0 now on the Udyr, and they're making pings for that third dragon. 4-18 right now, 3 turrets to 1, and a almost 10k gold lead in favor of the purple team right now. I have to say that just the performance by blue, by the blue side's top and jungle and mid has just kind of been below that of the purple side, and the bot lane on the purple side have benefited from this like wholly. Like the Udyr's ganks, the Nidalee's camps, just dropping all of that damage onto their bot lane, just gonna put them ahead. And now Graves, who wasn't playing that badly, is 0-3, and Thresh, who was a little bit out of position at times, but not particularly the major reason they were losing, is 0-4 because of just the solo lanes getting outclassed. And not to say that their deaths were undeserved, because if like for example that thing where they Sivir ulted around the wall and just caught him out, and he ran in the wrong direction from his turret, which was foolish. But yeah, a lot of damage there. Rip. That was near enough 100-0. The damage was just like, he was full health, and then after about 2 seconds he was 80%. The Nova Shikai looks like he's okay here. He's just going to get a lot of damage here actually out on the quotient. Collateral damage picks that up. But then he just gets picked off by a spear. Oh my. That was ridiculous. This Nidalee is just ripping the enemy team apart with spears. Just pick after pick after pick. And we see he's just like, he doesn't even care right now. He's just aggressively going to flash over. He's got Luden's Echo. I don't even know if that's viable on Nidalee. QB's anchor misses there, and it seems as though they're just dancing in between turrets now. DK Wall takes the inhibitor. A lot of damage coming out there. I don't even think that she had Hunt on him in that fight there. As we see, I'm fairly sure he didn't, because as he had Hunt on him, he just ripped him apart. The hook comes out there, but Spell Shield saves him. Quotient here trying to deal with Charlie, who's 2-3 to surprisingly bad score, considering he's actually, I felt like Malphite's actually done quite a lot in this game, but he is 1-4-5. Looks as though Charlie is going to go down here, though he has no turret to escape to, and he's just getting chased down. He goes in. Guess he just accepted his fate and was like, well, I might as well, you know, go down with a fight. And he shields that there, but that's a nice, yeah, the Bami's Cinder there, picking him up. And it's only 22 minutes, and they have the inhibitor down, so that's definitely in their favor, because right now Super Minis are so strong. No one on the enemy team. They have 5 kills, and they're somewhat under farm. Oh, actually no, that's actually really wrong. But the only lane that is under farmed right now is the jungle, 47-94. But the rest are actually keeping up quite well. 105-105 in the mid lane, 141-112 in the top lane, which is actually really good. But I have to mention the fact that Riven hasn't left top really at all, and when she has, it's been tragic. Madtail looks to go down here. Yeah, no, he's unused and had the soul shackles on, and Nidalee kind of had to back off. But Tokyo Fox is going to get taken down in the Ignite button. He almost... Oh no, he doesn't actually get away. And TKO was just going deep onto Graves here. He got that bear slap and double kill onto Siva. And there goes that kill onto Udyr, who's now 8-1. Siva brings the boomerang blades out onto Madtel, but I don't think he's... Oh, he gets the crit and picks that up. An ace for him in the base. And that looks to be the game. 5-28 right now. Not that the score matters. What matters mostly here is the fact that they're just sitting in their base and just goes unstoppable force into their fountain. Yeah, that's GG. Hi everyone, thanks for sitting through that. I just wanted to say thank you for participating in the custom, and thank you for participating in the party tournaments, because it's been a lot, because it's something I've enjoyed doing, massive deal, and I'm glad that people have enjoyed it with me, although I'm pretty sure there are a few people that haven't enjoyed, but PJ Salt Boys. No, I'm joking. That's actually what this is about, really. I wanted to ask, how does everyone think it can improve? Do you think that I don't know, for one, I think that my overlay stuff is pretty, like, bad, but, like, I just want to know how to improve the product, the quality, everything for everyone, and I'd like to know what you guys want, so let me know. Thanks for watching, and if this becomes a regular thing of custom games, I guess I'll see you soon. If not, I'll see you if and when the next one happens. Come on.